Big D Entertainment, in association with Dipsy Doodle Productions, presents The Dave Holly Hour, brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Serendipity Studio Gallery and Gifts, Chasers Food and Spirits, Excel Chiropractic, Quality Nails, and the Sioux Falls Arts Council. The Dave Holly Hour features Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment Conversations. A true lover of arts, entertainment, good food, and fun times, including an occasional Jack Daniels. Okay, so a few Jack Daniels. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Thank you, Zach Dresch. By the way, buddy, I am looking forward to working with you again Saturday night at Railbirds. I'm going to be opening for Zach, so it's time to dust off the stand-up chops. The show starts at 8:30. $10 cover you can pay at the door. Now with the self-promotion out of the way, LiRa Dance Theater Company's annual show is set for next weekend, actually Thursday, Friday. Lisa Conlin and Raena Rasmussen tell us how they plan to celebrate the end of Season 10 with their greatest hits. Then we speak with biker comedy hypnotist Gary Michaels as to what separates his show from other hypnosis shows. He's at Lucky's Friday and Saturday night. But first, let's pop the cork on this bubbly little show.
Time to grab your favorite beverage, lift it high, and toast it to being Thursday, a.k.a. Weekend Eve.
Hey, the weekend isn't around the corner, it's here!
So long, hump day and your frumpy way. We say hello to Thursdays with opening nights. The weekend is near and we can see the bright lights. Yes, Thursday, you're so hearty, we can't wait for Friday, so a day early, we start the party.
Doesn't matter what you toast with, as we all have different tastes and different times of the day we happen to be listening. You know, for instance, every time I put this show together, I'm having my usual Jasper Newton, Jack Daniels, Diet Coke with a lime. You might be drinking water, milk, coffee, tea, beer, wine, or champagne, and that could all come in all sorts of different glassware. But you can always use a red Solo cup if you ever run out. Whatever your beverage of choice is, lift it high and toast to those we miss. My mother would have been 97 years old this past Monday. My dad would have turned 99 today. They are both missed daily, but not mourned. I try to think happy thoughts. And while my entertainment side comes from my mom, the life lessons were certainly influenced by Dad. The best thing I learned from him wasn't from a sit down, son, we have to talk. It came from observing him. I'm definitely my father's son, because I, too, am a complimenter. It's important to be recognized for good deeds. Smiles, endless list of how you can make someone's day without spending a dime takes very little time. So cheers to the ones we miss and the lessons they taught us. The Weekend Eve Toast is brought to you by Chasers, West 12th and Ellis Road. Stop in for great food, great beverages, and fun times. Monday nights at 7, we play Dave Holly Hour Trivia. This coming Monday is the last Monday of the month, which means it's Wild Card, where amazingly everyone wins something. Chasers, your neighborhood gathering place. Honorable mention. What made Dave laugh, chuckle, chortle, downright slap my knees silly, or even shed happy tears recently? Sir Michael Sorensen turned 40 last week and had a great celebration in Renaissance Fair. It was an amazing time for an amazing man. He is part of the group 6 Feet Over, dual-purpose dueling pianos. Nobody'd know, and is music director for Improv Falls, as well as a show that we're part of, The Vaughties. Special shout-out to Melissa Nix and Pierce Hoffman for putting the party together. It was amazing. Huzzah! Later in the hour, we speak with hypnotist Gary Michaels. In just a few minutes, Lisa Conlin and Raena Rasmussen from LiRa Dance Theater Company. It's all ahead on the Dave Holly Hour.
Trio Jazz Club is an intimate music venue in the heart of Sioux Falls.
It's family-owned and family-run. Ricardo and Mary Beth and the entire staff provide the art of hospitality, while the best local and regional musicians provide the smooth sounds. It's a great vibe with live music Tuesday through Saturday nights. The chefs and mixologists offer an amazing menu and beer and wine lists. Cocktails as smooth as the jazz. Join the club, Trio Jazz Club, across from the Washington Pavilion. Enter as friends, leave as family. Serendipity Studio, where inspiration is around every corner. All month long, don't miss featured gallery exhibit Playful Reflection, a vibrant and thought-provoking collection that invites you to see the world through a more imaginative lens. And this Saturday, the Atrium Makers Market is back. Explore handcrafted goods, original art, and one-of-a-kind finds made by local artists and crafters. Whether you're browsing, collecting, or just soaking in the creativity, there's something for everyone at Serendipity Studio. Learn more at serendipitystudioSD.com.
He's a bit flirtatious, but most of all, fun. Once again, here's Dave Hawley.
Welcome back, everyone. Oh, my goodness. You know what I'm going to say right off the bat, don't you? It's always a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire arts and entertainment. And I don't just love how arts exploded in this vicinity. I also happen to love how art has made me grow as well. Because I'll be honest, without having, children of a certain age, I didn't go to a lot of dance recitals very often until we had a granddaughter. Then we went for a few years. But, beyond that, I won't say I wasn't a fan of dance. I would just say it wasn't something I would go to. But now, it seems like every year, I go to this LiRa dance company, theater company, and it's like, these women are awesome. And they're in the studio once again for their umpteenth time, but I was telling Lisa that you guys have carte blanche. Anytime you say, hey, Dave, we got something coming up, can we be on? Of course, we make room for that then. So it is Lisa Conlin and Raena Rasmussen. Hello, how are we?
We are doing great.
Yeah.
We really are. Yes. This is, I don't know what has got into us, but this year has been a good year.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's been an awesome
And you're
year.
spunky yet.
Yeah, we're still spunky. I hope that never leaves me, but yeah, we've got some spunk still left in us.
Yeah.
Good deal, because we like seeing that spunk. Yeah, when you get up on stage, it's always exciting in one way or another. Whether it's an adventurous or whether it's a romantic piece, or my favorite, when you do jazz. And it's just, I love how it has made me grow as an appreciator of dance. And to see how many people are not just dancing as kids in recitals, but those that have come on along with you two. And we're in season number 10 wrapping up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can't believe it.
Crazy.
I know.
Amazing. All right. So let's give the details on the show first. It's coming up next Thursday and Friday, correct?
Yep. So Thursday, July 31st, Friday, August 1st. We have 16 pieces in our show.
Ooh.
All styles of dance, which LiRa's kind of, I guess, famous
Right,
for.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll see some really cutting-edge contemporary. Raena does amazing contemporary, and we have some guest choreographers on the program. Marlena Locklear from Ohio always does a really, really hard-hitting cardio, contemporary, challenging pieces. And we have some tap, and we have some musical theater, and we have jazz, and we have funk, hip hop. We also have other guest choreographers. Carla Grotting from Minneapolis, we're showing a piece from her that we've done before, and also our own company dancers that choreograph Mackenzie Cook and Maddie Teetsy are also showing pieces besides Raena and I. And so there's something for everybody.
Yeah. And a new venue, too.
Yes.
Out at
that's
your
right.
studio.
Yes, pretty cool.
Well, tell people where it is so we can all get there.
So the new theater is called the Kenzie Cook Theater, and it's inside the new Ballerina Dance Studio. It's a black box theater, and it actually, I think, happens to be our biggest space we've ever performed in, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And it is at South Louise, so 6917 South Louise Avenue. And it'll be in the evening, so lots of parking. And when you get your ticket this year, you will actually get refreshments and wine included in your ticket. So
There
that's
we
good.
go.
So not only do you get a ticket, but you get a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like that part, don't we? Relax and enjoy the show.
That's right.
All right. What time are these?
The show
Thursday and
is-
Friday?
The show is at 7 p.m.
7.
But you can come a little early to get your charcuterie and
Oh, yeah.
wine and
And we have a live auction as well.
silent auction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. Again. Yes.
It's our fundraiser. A lot of
Yeah.
dance companies will do a separate show.
Right.
But we were in the Live and Local this year. And so we kind of put our fundraiser silent auction with our annual showcase that we have.
All right. We'll get back to the showcase in just a little bit, but let's talk about all the great things that have happened in this past year, including, well, a Sioux Falls Stage Award for us.
Yes.
And that was fantastic. And then Lisa also getting one for A Christmas Story. So you've been doing pretty all right, haven't you?
We have, and I think the live and local, and then just maybe more exposure, because a lot of people that maybe had not been to a LiRa show came to the live and local, and then kind of going, oh my gosh, I've never been to a LiRa show, but I saw you guys perform now. This is so amazing. I'd love to come to the show. So I think it's more exposure in Sioux Falls, but also we have so many new dancers this year. We've got 35 dancers performing in the show this year.
Wow.
And a lot of new dancers. Of course, we've got the people that have been with us for 10 years. But I think that's given us a lot of exposure and introduced us to a lot of new people in Sioux Falls as well.
Yeah, and a lot of our dancers are different teachers, choreographers. So they're known, and some of them are studio owners. So they're known in the community, and they also are doctors and lawyers. And I think that people have gotten to know them for all the great things that they're doing in the community
Right.
as well. So, and then I think too, because we have had some of our dancers start with us that are still with us for 10 years, I think our dancers artistically have really grown to watch them really embrace the pieces. And last year, our Us show, I think, was our best show to date overall. So many people made so many comments about how great the show was. And our dancers were fantastic. And we had some really strong pieces. And this year, it's our greatest hits. So over 10 years, we've, Raena and I picked, and the dancers have picked. We picked fan favorites. So it's going to be some really top-notch pieces on the program this year.
What will be the finale? A hint, just a hint.
Just a hint. Lisa can give you a hint.
Oh, so the finale piece
Yes.
is, it's a big showstopper with a lot of dancers on stage.
Enough said.
And
Yeah.
our opening piece is our entire company that Raena and I choreographed together.
Wow.
So it's a big piece as well. So our opening and closing are really big numbers.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we've got 16 different pieces. Are we going to go 8 and 8 with the silent auction in between, or how's that all going to work?
Silent auction is at intermission.
Okay.
We also have a ballerina dance company piece that's featured on the program this year. So Raina's Dance Studio, they have a ballerina dance company, which are the really top-notch dancers from the studio. And Reagan O'Connor set a beautiful piece that when I'm talking about it, I'm getting goosebumps. It's really a cool piece. And so that's also featured for the first time, the ballerina company is dancing with LiRa.
Yeah.
I know the story goes that you had called Raena and said, hey, if I ever move to Sioux Falls, you want to start a dance company together. At that point, did you have any inkling as to how great it would be?
No.
I actually
That's one time I said no.
yeah, because I actually didn't live here at the time. I was just guest teaching for
Right.
Raena in the summer. I was living and dancing in Minneapolis. And so at that time, I didn't know a lot of people here. And I'm like, maybe will we have 3 people in the audience to come watch the show? Or will we have any dancers show up at the audition? And so I was very pleasantly surprised. We had so many dancers show up at the audition, and we had a really good attendance for our first show too.
Yeah.
Are auditions tough for you guys to decide who's going to be in the company then?
I think yes. I think we have when we show up when we have auditions, which actually the auditions are Saturday, August 2nd from 2 until 4:30.
Right after the show, yeah.
Right after the show. Well, everybody's so inspired and so moved by our show. They want to come to the audition the next day. We're always a little tired, but it's great because everybody's still in town. But I think when Lisa and I show up at the audition, we have a little taste of what we already want to do for next year. But it's hard because we never know who's going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be the people that we've had with us for 11 years now, going into our 11th year, or there might be all of a sudden a surprise couple new people. 2 dancers just are moving back here from New York City, and they want to set a piece, but also be in the pieces. And then all of a sudden we might have an idea of who we want, but then all of a sudden at the audition, they blow us away, and then we have to choose them. So we give it about a week before we send anything out so we can marinate.
All right.
Yeah.
So you have 35 dancers in this particular show. Do you limit how many you add to the company each year?
Not necessarily. I think
There's no set number that you're
there's
gonna
no
say?
set
Okay.
number because I wanted to do Hint Hint Shake Sonora by Pitbull as one of my pieces, and I was telling Lisa, I don't care how many people are in it. I just want it to be like big, fun, just crowd pleasing, fun, so everybody smiles. And so I said, anybody who wants to be in this piece can be in this piece. So I didn't care if there were 30 people in it or 10 people in it. So a lot of people that had been like maybe in one piece were like, I'll be in that one too. So everybody and anybody could be in Shake Sonora.
Yeah, and I think on our audition form, for anyone listening out there that might want to audition, we let the dancers put down, are you interested in being in 1 to 3 pieces for the next season? Are you interested in being in 4 to 6 pieces? Are you interested in being in 7 or more? Like, what's their availability with their schedules? Because some of them do so many different things. And then we also, hint, hint, maybe doing another live and local down the road. We'll see. So anyways, then
I hope so,
if
because
there's
I'm hoping for another company to get a shot at Live and Local too.
I know. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
So yeah, so then they have 2 shows next year, like they did this year to be in. And Raena and I are both doing our own shows this year. So then they have 4 shows that they can pick from to be in. So there's lots of options for dance in South Dakota. Sioux
That
Falls.
is for sure. All right, so there's going to be 16 numbers. You've had 10 years, and you said it's greatest hits. So is each year represented?
Yes, every year is represented.
Every year is represented in that. What's it like to go back to year 1 pieces and rework them?
My body hurts more. I was doing this piece Monday night, and I go, when did we do this piece? And Kenzie said, I think you created it in 2004 to begin with, like the first time I ever did it. And then we had it in the first LiRa show, and I did it on Monday night. And I was saying to myself, gosh, I was more flexible 10 years ago. And my knees didn't hurt nearly as bad.
Yeah, and the tap dancing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I'm like, who choreographed this piece? Why is this so fast? My knees are feeling it a little bit more this time around. Help me, Rhonda.
No, it's really fun to go back to them too, because I think as artists, Lisa and I have, you develop and change and create so many things throughout the year, not only for LiRa, but Lisa's doing her own show called Blink and Bloom. And I'm doing my own show this year. And my choreography is so different than it was 10 years ago.
Yes.
And I always think like, oh, I'm not evolving. I'm not evolving. But I actually look back at the pieces I did 10 years ago, and I still love them. And I still love your choreography that we did 10 years ago. But then now I'm looking at the pieces we've done this year, and they're so cool, but so different. So I think it's really
Yeah.
cool to see how our choreography has developed and changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then to watch different dancers do them too.
Yes.
Right.
Just get their artistic vision on it and how
Yes.
they interpret the piece.
Yep.
It'll be fantastic. I know that. So it's next Thursday, the 31st of July, Friday, the 1st of August, 7 p.m. out at your studio now. Just keep going on Louise for a while.
That's right.
You'll read it on the building.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
and you can get tickets at our LiRaDanceTheaterCompany.com website.
Yes. All right.
Or at the door.
Or at the door.
But it
Okay.
is limited seating, so I
Right.
would suggest getting tickets ahead of time.
Right. Do that. Prepare to be thrilled when we get to see LiRa Dance Theater Company once again. All right. Well, thank you both. I know you both have to get on to doing some teaching today and some rehearsal. Well, not some rehearsal, a bunch of rehearsal. We normally would go much longer than this, but I know you have commitments and you need to get to. But of course, I like to have like one fun question at the end, and I don't know if I've thrown this one at either of you. So, Raena, we'll go first with you. What would the title of your autobiography be?
Did I say too much?
All right, Lisa.
Lived.
Oh, I
Ooh,
like
I like
them.
that.
Yep,
Yep,
very
I like
good.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, can't wait to see the show next. Probably go on Thursday night, I think.
Yay!
Yay!
All right.
Please do.
You
Can't wait
bet.
to see you in the audience.
Yes.
All right.
I know.
And we'll be back with more of the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment. Trio Jazz Club, your go-to spot for live jazz and unforgettable nights. Here's what's coming up on stage this week. Tonight at 6:30, the Jeff Hall Group kicks off a two-night takeover with a brand new lineup each night. Friday night at 6:30 and 9, feel the energy with the Victor K.O. Sextet. His powerhouse sax leads a dynamic group that'll have you grooving in your seat. Brass takes the spotlight with Trombonenza on Saturday. That's right, at 6:30 and 9, led by the bold and brilliant Ken Hoyne on trombone. And lastly, on Tuesday at 6:30, don't miss Linda Peacock's debut performance on the trio stage, an evening of vocals you won't forget. Grab your tickets now at triojazzclub.com. Great music is waiting.
Dr. Perry Langston and Dr. Corey Tooney know excellence is in you. That's why they provide you with excellent care at XO Chiropractic, improving your overall health in spirit, body, mind, and will. Get results the natural way. Arrange a consultation, 605-332-9235 or exokairos.com. Excellent care for excellent people. XO Chiropractic, located at 4309 South Racket Drive in Sioux Falls.
It's the podcast that creatives in the Sioux Empire listen to so they can learn more about other creatives. It's the Dave Holly Hour.
Welcome back, everyone. As always, I have to tell you this. It's always a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire arts and entertainment, and we make sure that the arts go all over, and sometimes we extend the Sioux Empire because they might be playing here in the Sioux Empire.
Right.
Yes.
This is our first time here in Sioux Falls.
In the lovely
man.
Sioux Falls. Where you hail from then, Gary Michaels?
Well, originally I'm a Kentucky boy. Lexington,
Kentucky, okay.
Kentucky's my home.
Yeah.
April's from Georgia. I snatched her up out of Georgia. We moved to Panama City Beach, Florida for almost 5 years. And then we moved back to Georgia. So Georgia's home base.
Georgia's home base now.
At the moment, yeah.
Okay.
But we spend more time in the truck than we do at our house.
I can imagine so. You are all over the place. And let's tell people what you do. You are a biker comedy hypnosis show.
The only one in the world.
Yeah, I was going to say that's quite the combination. I know a lot of comedy hypnotists.
Sure.
I know a lot of comics. I know some hypnotists. But you are, yes, the first one.
So we were in Biloxi a couple of weeks ago, and I was hosting this event, Biking the Beach. It's like 3 or 4 days, hot. Oh boy, it was hot. And the news channels came out and helped promote us. Helped us
nice.
promote the show, yeah. And the organizer, Jason is his name. He's standing there doing his bit, and I'm standing right next to Phil Donlin, who was he's one of the main actors of Chicago Fire.
Yes.
So it was me and Phil and Jason standing there, and Jason's like, "Oh man, you guys got to come down here. We've got comedians, we've got magicians, we've got hypnotists, and we got a really cool host." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's all me wrapped in one.
Yeah.
I'm all that.
I can do
I'm the one guy."
Yeah.
This hypnosis show is something to be seen. I mean, you really need to. You know, you'd mentioned other hypnotists, and you've interviewed them before, and I don't know if you've ever seen a hypnosis show.
I certainly have.
Well, I can assure you, mine's going to be completely different.
Okay.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, you know, the bits, the personality, my personality
Right.
comes out. You know, some hypnotists, they just don't have personality. Some of them don't. I mean, there's no such thing as a bad hypnotist, but when they're performing, some of them just don't have that personality. But,
Right.
you know, I've got the personality, I've got the quick wits, and I make them do some really stupid stuff. I got to be careful what I forget. What
No, this is a podcast.
Oh,
You are
I
allowed
can
to
say shit? Okay,
Yes.
good. All right, I can say shit. But yeah, I am going to make them do some stupid shit. And, you know, hypnotists, we all pretty much do the same thing,
Yeah.
but we have to put our own little flavor on it. And that's where I come in.
Okay.
And that's what makes it different. And the thing is nobody really sees me coming as a biker. You wouldn't
Right.
think that a biker, big old biker dude, is going to be, you know, doing magic tricks and hypnotizing people. You know, being funny, that's pretty common in the biker world, but people just don't see me coming. And I'm going to assure you, I'm going to blow your mind. I mean, it's going to happen. That's just my nature. That's what I strive for during the show, is give you something to remember, number one. Well, the only way to become famous is to become memorable. So I'm going to give you something that you will talk about for a year, minimum.
Excellent.
It's
Is
going
that part of
to
hypnosis that you tell them that you will?
well, in part, you know, and the funny thing is what one of the things that makes me a little bit different is there's only one other guy that I'm aware of, and he was my mentor. His name was Anthony Gailey, and he passed away a few months ago. God rest his soul. And I hate that we've lost Ozzy too. Oh my God, I was a big Ozzy fan. Well, not necessarily Ozzy fan, but his band. I loved his band. So one of the things that makes me a little different is I don't ask for volunteers to come up on stage because I'm limiting myself. Okay.
Right.
If I've got 80 people in the room or 4,000 people in the room, which is common, and I only bring, 20 or 30 people up, well, I'm limiting myself to the other ones that are still out there in the audience. So what makes me different is I hypnotize the entire audience. Everybody.
There we go.
And then I will walk out into the audience and pick and choose certain ones to bring up on stage. We call them somnambulistic in the hypnosis world, and that's who I'm looking for. People that go under hypnosis very quickly. Some people takes 10, 15 minutes to get them there, but other people it's like seconds. So as a performer, those are the ones that I want to kill the time, not take up so much time,
Right.
And get to certain subjects and bring them up on stage and then make them do all kinds of weird shit. So
yeah, and you also happen to have a great voice, and I know you do some voiceover work, etc.
yeah. Well,
Does that help with the hypnosis part, getting people hypnotized?
yeah, absolutely it does. I was in radio for 35 years and television.
You beat me by 10.
Yeah, radio business is how I started my career when I was 18 years old, and I just evolved from that. And yes, I do still voiceover work, and the voice does help. It's very soothing. Now, the guy I was telling you about, Anthony Gailey, my mentor, he sounded like Mickey Mouse. I mean, he really did. He had a weird voice, but boy,
It worked for him.
dude.
Yeah.
It was amazing to watch him work, man. Truly amazing. But yeah, it does, and I use the voice, different inflections, certain words. When I'm doing what we call the induction,
right?
I'm using cadence, so to speak. Certain things, boom, 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 boom. It's just all repetition.
Right.
Is all it is. And before you ask, because everybody always asks me, is there anybody that I've never been able to hypnotize? Every person that has a working brain can be hypnotized.
Can be hypnotized.
Yeah. Now, if you're schizophrenic, mental retardation, brain damage, Joe Biden fans. Yeah, you probably can't get hypnotized at all because your brain ain't freaking working. Sorry, don't want to piss off any Joe Biden fans. It's just a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a joke.
You know, people have forgotten that part, haven't they?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And, you know, the last 4 years, comedy was hard.
Yeah.
It was very hard because everything you said
was judged and it got ripped apart, and you know, people cut you down and say negative stuff. They had a blast at the show until I say one thing and then they hate it. Yeah, so I've got to be careful, but I'm the biker dude. I don't really give a fuck. I'm just going to go out there and do my thing. So what came first for you? The comedy?
Yeah, comedy came first.
So you were doing stand-up.
I wasn't very good at it. I wasn't very good at stand-up when I first started out, like most comedians.
True.
You know, radio's where it started. And while I was on the air, I was like, you know, I'm just a voice. I want to get out in front of the people, you know. So then I started singing in a band, opened up a club in Kentucky, and then was doing some comedy. Again, I was not very good at it at all. I knew I wasn't. Then, let's see, got into some movies, did a lot of TV stuff, local and regional stuff. And then a few years ago, I went through a really dark time. It was bad. I was depressed, like I had the worst depression. I've suffered from depression most all my life. Well, this was the worst one. I mean, it was literally going to kill me. I was ready to pull the trigger.
Wow.
It was that close, and lost my mind, man. And I got to thinking, you know, I want to deal with this depression without having to take medication. Well, clearly I was so depressed, I was broke. I was losing everything. I lost everything. It was crazy. So I got online, I started searching, and like yourself, I've interviewed many hypnotists on the air in my career. I have never been to a hypnosis show, ever. Okay.
As a hypnotist now, you've never been to one.
Well, I'll get
or
to
just your mentors.
So nope, never saw him perform.
Really?
I never saw him perform. We were trying to meet up throughout the years, and you know, clearly he passed away. But excuse me. In Daytona last spring, I think, was it last year? Somebody sent me a message. We were down there for Bike Week doing a show, and somebody sent me a message. They said, "Hey, we're coming to your show tonight," and I'm like, "I don't have a show tonight." And they're like, "Yeah, you do. You're supposed to be here." I'm like, "Well, nobody ever told me about it." Well, they sent me the flyer, and it was for another hypnotist. April says, "We're going." So we did. That's the first one I'd ever been to.
Okay.
But I've interviewed hypnotists many times throughout my career. I just never been to a show. I've seen it online, never thought anything of it. But I got so intrigued with it, I couldn't stop learning. So yes, I am a self-taught hypnotist. So I couldn't stop learning, and I was researching and reading. I mean, from the time the sun came up till the time I went to bed, I was reading something about hypnosis. And then a comedy hypnotist popped up, Mark Savard. He's out in Vegas. I watched few of his videos, and I said, that's what I want to do. So
did you feel automatically you could do it? Not just want to do it, but you could?
I was so determined that it was going to happen. Yeah. I mean, I even started studying harder, and then I would go back and watch videos from the 80s, man, and they were like 2.5 hours long, boring as hell. I'm ready. If the depression wasn't going to work, well, these videos was going to make me go over the edge. But I would go back and watch, you know, certain videos or certain things that stuck to me, and I'd go back and watch them over and over and over and over and over and over. And then I went out. My mentor, Anthony, he said, just go out there and do it. Do your thing. That's all he said. Be yourself. I went out there. I hypnotized the first person. And I was like, what the hell did I just do?
Wow.
This is the coolest shit ever. Even on stage now, and we've been doing this for a couple of weeks. Even on stage now, I still get amazed of the reactions of the people that we have, the subjects that we have up on stage. It's very cool stuff, man. Very cool to see. She will tell you, April will tell you, that she says, Gary, you make it look so easy. Well, it's not easy. I may make it look easy, but once I get people to a certain point, Well, then the easy part does kick in, and that's when I'm start making them do
Right.
stupid shit. Lose your
Yeah.
belly button, or your nose is rubber, or your dick falls off,
Yeah.
or something. I mean, I do that a lot, and that's what makes me different. One of the guys, Chris Kelter, Massillon, Ohio, he has a Crackpots Comedy Club. He says, Gary, you know what makes you the best? I know. He says, you do the things that other hypnotists won't do.
Oh.
And that's what makes it funny.
Right.
And that's what makes you different. So, yeah, I'm not going to break the line, but I'm going to bend the shit out.
Yeah,
of it.
exactly. Push that envelope. to the
Yeah,
edge.
I'm going to push it. Yeah, it's coming. You bet your ass on it.
So when you interviewed, or not interviewed, but when you hypnotized the first one,
Mm-hmm.
were you already doing the hypnotizing of the audience at that point?
No.
Or how
No.
far did
So
along
the
were you
very
when
first
that
person
happened?
that I hypnotized, which was bizarre to me, because she was just an old redneck girl out in the woods. I mean, back in the backwoods of
Right.
Kentucky. Limited means, wasn't terribly bright. So I thought I'd give it a shot, and by God, and her name was Pam, and I made her, a hypnotizer made her believe that her name was Bob. And she about got mad at me because I was, wasn't calling her Bob. And her husband finally walked through and said, you need to get her out of this. And so when I did that, I'm like, okay, I can do this. So when I started putting all this project together, my radio career, my acting career, my voiceover career, my comedy career, my music career, martial arts and skydiving, all that stuff that I've done throughout, I put it all into one show.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I'll sing a
Background always is a plus.
It always is a blood. Yeah. And I'll never forget, first time I got in radio, I was 18 years old. I was so excited, man. I was like a kid in a candy store. And the very first thing I ever said on the air was a year later, it took me a year before they put me on the air. And as a Kentucky boy, I talk like this. And they threw me in there in the studio, and I didn't know what the hell to do. I didn't even know how to work all these buttons in the mic. I turned the microphone on.
Why do you call it a pot?
Pot? Yeah, why do you call it a pot? Yeah, so I potted it, and I turned the mic on. And first thing I ever said on FM radio, all right, which one of these damn buttons do I push next? And the rest is history.
There you go.
Number 4, radio personality in 4 different states.
There you go.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love radio.
Right.
I mean, I love radio. If you put me behind a microphone or a camera, I'm all in, dude.
Yeah, I've been let go by 2 different companies in town that happen to have all 16 stations.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I was in
I still love radio if it were the way it was.
the way it used to be.
Yeah, when I first, would have been October of 1980.
Oh, wow.
I'm a senior in high school, and I did that. And at that time, there were probably only about 1/5 the number of stations,
Mm-hmm.
but there were 5 times as many announcers.
Mm. It's back when it was fun.
Exactly. Yeah, you were going to work 6 days a week, but it was fun.
all
You
right,
did
man.
it for
I wanted to be there.
yeah, and you loved doing it.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't a job for me.
Yeah.
In the beginning, going back to, me being an old country boy, I actually did talk like this. So I had to learn how to lose the accent.
Yeah.
And then I had to learn how to develop the voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's an instrument. It's my
Yeah,
instrument.
exactly.
And you have to learn to develop it. And I didn't think that was even possible. But here we are now, and I did several national commercials.
Mm-hmm.
I can assure you, you may not remember my name. You will after this weekend, I promise you. But you may not know my name, but I promise you've heard my voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in this world, you've heard my voice.
All right, back to the hypnosis.
Sure.
Have you ever self-hypnotized?
Every day.
Really?
Yep, every night.
And for what purpose?
Sleep. Just helps me
Okay.
relax.
Yeah.
Well, weed does the same thing, but
Yeah,
it's
for
kind
me,
of
it's Jack
we're
Daniels.
both going to the same place. We're just using different techniques to
Right.
get there. But no, I hypnotize myself just pretty much every day, and we all do. We all do. You may not be.
How so?
All right. Have you ever been driving down the road?
Yes. This I know. And
You're supposed to turn But for some reason, you just passed it right. You know you have to turn. You're a mile away. You know you have to turn right. And you pass that exit up or that street. You ever done that?
Oh, plenty of times.
Hypnosis.
Yeah.
That's all hypnosis. Okay. You're focused on something else. You ever walk around looking for your phone and it's in your hand or in your pocket?
Yep.
That's hypnosis.
Only 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's hypnosis. It's just you get into a trance, and that's what we do is we put people into a trance. I just know how to get them there. Once we get them into that trance, then they're going to do all kinds of little silly stuff. But yeah, we hypnotize ourselves every day. We all do. It's just part of life. It's common, very common.
Yeah, I got to work on that sleep one. So do you provide tips as well for people then?
Well, they ask
in terms
me.
of, hey, how can I help myself, stop smoking or stop eating so much, all that?
That's a good question. And people do ask me that all the time. Now, my forte is comedy, clearly. What I suggest to them is to seek a hypnotherapist. Their techniques are a little bit different than what we do on the stage performance.
All right.
Okay? They can get you there probably quicker or deeper. I mean, they know they have different techniques that I don't use that they use. Plus, it depends on the person. Some people can go in there to see a therapist to stop smoking and it take immediately. Other people may take 3 or 4 different occasions because it's repetition. You have to train your brain. It's habit. That's all it is. Hypnosis is nothing more than habit forming. When you drive down the road, you don't think about putting your foot on the gas. You just do it. Yeah, it's all habit forming.
Right.
So if you want to change your habits, you have to reprogram your brain. Now, people say you can't do that. Yes, you can through your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is your program. Okay. That's what allows you to function. And you're right, at this moment, you're using 82% of it. Okay. 18% is your conscious mind, which is what we're in right now. All right. But that's your creative side. All right. Your program, your subconscious mind, you have to train it, reprogram your own brain to tell yourself, I don't like cigarettes anymore. I don't want to eat 2 pieces of cake anymore, which I always do. I don't want to eat 1 piece. I don't want to lose weight. Just repetition. So when people come to me, I usually send them to a therapist. However, if I talk to someone in the audience, which April and I will talk to everybody. I want to shake everybody's hand, thank them for coming out, buying the ticket to come see us. That if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be able to do our thing. What was I talking about?
Self-hypnosis.
Self-hypnosis.
Repetition.
Anyhow, we all do that. I just have the ability to get people into that place and know how to get them to that place. But it is a very common state of mind for all of us. As long as you have a brain that, has an elevator that runs up and down with people in it, most people don't have anybody in it, their brain, you can be hypnotized. And it's very therapeutic too. Oh, I know what I was going to say. If I pick someone in the audience that has already talked to me about asking them to help, biting their ass or picking their nose or smoking or whatever, if I know that ahead of time and I have them on stage and they're a really good subject, yes, then I will proceed with that suggestion to get them started. I have hypnotized a guy at a bar back in Kentucky once. He was a Navy guy. Never touched it again. Hypnotized him right there at the bar. Yeah. Of course, I made him do some stupid shit before I got there. His wife was filming the whole thing. And it was like 4 or 5 years later, she reached out to me and she said, he's still not smoking.
That's
pretty
fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah, it really is
cool stuff, man.
Yeah. I have gone under hypnosis for a therapeutic reason.
Well, then you need to come to the show.
Helped.
Well,
yeah.
You need to come to the show because if you've been hypnotized before, it's very easy.
Very true.
For you to go back under the hypnosis.
Speaking of the shows, you're going to be at Lucky's.
I'll be at Lucky's. Yeah,
Friday night, Saturday night?
Friday night and Saturday night. I'm not. I want to say it's 8:00.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. If nothing else, get there and
cool place, man. We just stopped in there a few minutes ago.
Club 224.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, nice little room down in the dungeon, which is where I probably was hatched in a dungeon. Most of my friends would tell you that too.
I haven't played there, but I've been to see a lot of fellow.
Sure.
Artists.
Well, you should come out, man. You should come out and experience
I'll
it.
have to see if I can on Friday night because Saturday night I'm performing.
Oh, are you? There you go. Well, I'm going to just, let everyone know that I'm going to incorporate magic.
Right.
Close-up magic. I am a close-up magician. Obviously, the comedy. And then when we get people hypnotized, the fun begins. So we're going to have a little bit of everything,
Excellent.
And it's a fun show. I mean, truly a fun show. And as I was telling you, I'd never seen a hypnotist show in my life except my own until we went to see the one down in Daytona. He's a nice guy. That's about all I'm going to say about it.
Well, Gary Michaels performing this weekend at Lucky's Friday and Saturday night, 8 p.m. probably.
So this is what I want to call a pre-Sturgis party.
I did notice that in your
right. I like
things.
to call this a pre-Sturgis party because there's a lot of folks. I'm sure there's people listening to your program that are on their way to Sturgis. Mm-hmm. This is a good stopping point. Rest your head a little bit. Come by and have some laughs before we get to Sturgis. And then when you get to Sturgis, we're going to be at the Iron Horse Saloon performing. So
there you go.
We'll be there for 4 days.
All right. Congrats on all of that. So as a first-time guest, you receive 2 questions.
I'll make up 2 answers.
How you answer the first one determines on whether we need to bump over to the second one.
Okay.
But the first one is, when you are not entertaining people, what do you like to be entertained by?
Porn.
Okay.
No. Music probably is one of the things. Hunting and fishing. I'm an old country boy. I love that kind of stuff. However, I have to correct you. And April will tell you this. There is absolutely
no time.
Never a time
you're not entertaining.
That I'm not entertaining. Yeah. Even if I'm at home and it's me and her, she'll make a comment and I'll come back with something stupid and I'll get hit in the head with a frying pan, but it's still funny.
Yeah, that seems to be a common thread. And since you mentioned the fishing and hunting, we don't need to ask about other hobbies.
Well, I hypnotized her when I first met her, the very first day I met her.
And haven't brought her out yet?
I ain't woke the bitch up yet. Hell no. No.
All right. Gary, thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure, and thank you for on your program.
It's my pleasure.
This is awesome.
All right. And we'll be back to wrap up the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment.
Ladies, when it's time to give your nails some love, get that extra special treatment from Quality Nails on South Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Manicures and pedicures that look great and make you feel fantastic. Zaya and Tony don't simply provide the service, they provide professional care for your hands and feet. Whether you just want the basics or you're looking for an extra special look with an added flair. Oh, and guys, it's okay to treat yourself too. Quality Nails on Minnesota. Call for an appointment, 605-334-1463.
For him, every day is a Holly day. Here again, Dave Holly.
Thanks again to my great guests, Lisa Conlin and Raena Rasmussen and Gary Michaels. Take a few minutes and look at DaveHollyHour.com. Every one of these now 284 episodes, it's available anytime. We look forward to hearing from you as well. I encourage you to find your art. Find the art you enjoy. Find the art you're interested in trying. And we shall see you in the arts. As the Sioux Falls Arts Council says, together we art. As Arts South Dakota says, home is where the art is. As I say, put some art in your heart. Remember, my name is Dave Holly, and for me, every day is a holiday.
The Dave Holly Hour has been brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club, Serendipity Studio Gallery and Gifts, Chasers Food and Spirits, Excel Chiropractic, Quality Nails, and the Sioux Falls Arts Council. Stay up to date on the show by following on Instagram and Facebook. All episodes available anytime at DaveHollyHour.com. The Dave Holly Hour is produced in the Dipsy Doodle Studios by Big D Entertainment.
Thanks for listening.